Could we finally be getting a conclusion to the greatest Batman story ever told? Well, it appears Jeph Loeb is set to return for a 10-issue series entitled Batman: The Last Halloween that will close out the classic story started almost 30 years ago. Let's break down the news, talk about the comic, and why this might be a great moment for Batman fans. Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos. I want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, for many people, myself included, Batman: The Long Halloween is considered one of the greatest Batman stories ever told. And even almost 30 years after the comic hit shelves, well, it's still a seminal event in its history. Now, recently at the MCM London convention, we found out that Jeph Loeb will indeed return to conclude the iconic crime drama with a new 10-issue series. Now, according to the announcement, Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween will pick up after 2021's event of the Long Halloween one-shot, which, in case you didn't know, was intended to start a whole new story, but was put on hold when Tim Sale died unexpectedly in 2022. Now, obviously, this new series won't feature new artwork from Sale beyond the cover of each issue, but they are going to have a rotating team of illustrators that will provide work on the comic in tribute to the late artist. There are some big names here, and these include Mark Chiarello, Klaus Janson, and Eduardo Russo, who've worked on some pretty big Batman titles in recent years. Now, when the announcement came out, Jeph Loeb did give us a bit of a press release, and this does provide some details on what's headed our way. In the release, he said, "Batman: The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween is Tim Sale's parting gift to me. Tim and I had already decided to tell this last chapter following Batman: The Long Halloween special, which will serve as a prologue to this 10-part action-packed mystery. Tim's unfortunate passing put our plans for this series on hold. About a year later, after speaking with Mark Chiarello and Richard Starkings, my partners on the Long Halloween titles, we decided the time was right to move forward with this as a tribute to Tim, who continues to be with us in spirit. This story concludes the war between the Freaks and the crime families forever, as Batman, Robin, and DC's most infamous Batvillains face off against Holiday, and secrets dating back to Batman: The Long Halloween special will be revealed." Now, you may have noticed some of the covers in the background, and this artwork definitely harkens back to the original series and the recent one-shot. Batman: The Long Halloween is, for many people, one of the best Batman stories ever, and was even recently converted into a 2-part animated film that was also pretty darn good. Now, we're actually not going to have to wait too long for this series, because the very first issue of The Last Halloween will drop on September the 28th, so about 4 months from now. Now, quite honestly, Loeb and crew have a really high bar here to close this out in a way that definitely lives up to the original. The recent one-shot was darn good, and I definitely think they are on the right path and could really wrap this up in a way that makes the 1, 2, 3 punch of these comics, well, go down in history as the greatest Batman story ever told. I really wish them the best of luck on this. I love that they're making this a tribute to Sale, and I can't wait to read the first issue.